All right, first pulling up this morning. Here is a building and I wonder what's inside. Let's go inside and take a look. All right, so we're gonna open this door up. Let's see what's here. Wow, look at that. First thing I see is the dispatch panel. Incredible. All right, and if we look over here to the left, we've got the crew lounge. And then here's the article for this layout that was in Railroad Model Craftsman. So let's go in here and see what we got.
Yeah. Welcome. Good to see you.
And there is the owner, Steve Davis.
We'll give you. We have pins that if you haven't been here before, you can have. They have my email address and the layout address for this, my website, and also, so you know. But do look around. He knows his way around. He can give you a good tour. Sorry, I'm distracted trying to work on these CVs, but we'll. Just ignore me, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
All right.
Okay. Scan.
We're going to start at the south end of the layout, which is Heavener, Oklahoma. Incredible. And I've been to Heavener, and it looks pretty accurate. This is all based on the spot location and inventory control diagrams that KCS put out, and it's set in 1982, right?
Yes. Yep.
Lead on.
1982. This is south end where the diesel facility was. The Waldron local goes out and he'll go around the corner to the branch going into the old Arkansas and Western. Mostly local traffic is based here at Heavener and the switcher fleet for the yard. They've got a trim switcher that works this north end. He does trim work. He'll take blocks of cars and add blocks of cars to the southbounds.
Wow, incredible. This is what a yard should look like, not completely stuffed with every car in the world like mine is.
He runs just about everything from grain trains, coal trains, pig trains. He runs a fictitious Southern Bell, which is Amtrak's version of the Southern Bell that he runs through here.
Okay.
Also. So that's a little artist license for a passenger service.
But we never do that on our model railroads.
No.
All right, so
Coming around the corner. Come into, I want to say it's, yeah, Hodo.
all right. So back here is just
the two tracks back there. That's MOP, the Missouri Pacific.
okay.
That goes into Salisaw and interchanges there at Salisaw.
Okay.
That's who those two, and that's computer generated stuff. The trains will come out and they'll stage at the diamond of the KCS and then go through town and restage over on the other side. There are two loops for the Missouri Pacific staging.
So now we're coming into Poto, right?
Yep. The depot's in work. I'm not sure if he's actually going to even have a depot, but he's got a lot of the industries. And they've been scratch built. His dad did a lot of the scratch building for him.
Wow. Incredible.
Yeah, he did some really neat stuff. And everything's kind of marked what it is. help operators. And this, I think some of this is new, the new switch panels. Those look new. Coming around the corner, we got the branch line taken off for the Fort Smith subdivision, going to Fort Smith branch.
Okay.
And there's a turn that works out of Heavener that goes to Fort Smith, and he'll work Fort Smith and then come back to Heavener.
So I take it that's Jensen Tunnel there?
Yes, yep, sure is.
The only tunnel on the KCS.
Yep. And that main line comes around.
That shot down there is incredible, just that.
That's Fort Smith. And Fort Smith Dodger, he works Fort Smith.
Right.
And it's a fun place to work. There's a lot of good reverse moves, and it keeps you busy too.
So basically these two tracks are separated by miles and miles.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a little bit. And
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, every one of these towns is track per track accurate for the slick chart, except Fort Smith, which has the right industries, but it's a big city, and I compressed it heavily. So it has the right industries with sort of the sidings if you enter them pacing point or trailing point, but there's a lot of them left out. So just
Yeah,
to be
I understand.
honest,
Yeah.
every other town is exactly right.
Yeah, we gotta
Right.
compress things.
You'll have to build another building. That's all there is to it. Just for Fort Smith.
Oh, well, I really could. I know a guy, Steve Marquez, who has a nice N scale layout that is only Fort Smith, and it has all the railroads, not just the KCS, but everything that served it
In
back in
N-scale,
the day. Yes, it's up in, I'm gonna say, the northwest Arkansas, like the Buena Vista area. or
Okay.
something.
Wow.
Let's see here if we can do this. Put it on this one.
This is what gets busy. The grain mill gets
Yeah.
busy. There's a lot of moving around going on there.
Coming around the corner, that was Fort Smith, of course, up on the hill, but this is the
Sparrow sidings.
so this is Spiro.
Yep, coming into town, Sparrow. And the Salisaw Dodger, he's the one that takes care of switching this.
Okay. Just in case everybody's unfamiliar with the term, that's what KCS calls their locals or Dodgers.
Yeah.
They used to anyway.
Yeah. It's hard, yeah, I'm not sure about now, but yeah.
And we got to turn over the bridge here.
Yeah, going over the Arkansas River.
It's the Arkansas River, and you can see the prototype down here in the pictures. Right. And now we are heading into
Salisaw.
Salisaw, Oklahoma.
South end control panel. We got a helper unit from the Arkansas Oklahoma Railroad.
Nice.
Steve, you need help with anything?
I don't really think so.
Okay.
So just a little bit more about this bridge. Steve Davis's father actually helped build this. He actually carved
See a
the...
picture right below it of the actual brick.
Yes.
So as you can see, we got pretty close.
Very close.
He carved the first one of these piers out of basswood, and then they cast these out of plaster. And the bridge is made of wood, you said, or?
Well, yeah, the actual bridge is separate. Each span is a separate piece of just a 2x2, you know, one of those square
Okay.
wood, nothing fancy.
Incredible bit of scratch building work. And of course the layout's just got an excellent use of space. Great selective compression for a model railroad. It's just, it's done very well.
Salisaw is where the Missouri Pacific and the KCS meet. They've done the diamond here, and he's got 2 staging areas for the Missouri Pacific. One to the east, and one that goes to Van Buren, and one to the west that goes to Wagner. And he'll actually have a Missouri Pacific train come in and interchange with the KCS here.
Okay.
It's also the base for the Van Buren turn that goes out, and he'll go up the hill and switch all the local traffic and then bring it back to Salisaw.
Okay.
And this is his paperwork for that.
Cool.
Some little industries here that the KCS switches.
And once again, his dad scratch built most of these buildings.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's really cool what his dad did a lot of work on this, and too bad that he passed away.
Yeah, sadly passed away at the beginning of this year. So.
Yeah, that's a big blow. But the KCS kind of takes the high road. This is where some of the grade starts to go uphill and towards Watts.
Little track mobile there.
Yeah. I don't know if that one works now. It did work. My first time here, it worked. But we come around. We're over the Missouri Pacific now. The staging yard for the Missouri Pacific is below
So there's
KCS main.
That's where the mop staging is.
And it's 2 tracks basically that loop around. Marble City is the next switching town. It also has a branch line that goes to the quarry or the marble plant or the rock plant. There's a lot of interchange here for the rock plant. This little branch, this is the branch line to the gravel yard on our forward side.
I guess we'll see that when we get around the corner, huh?
Yeah.
There's the main.
All this signals function. CTC controlled dispatcher. We'll show you the dispatcher's panel here in a little bit.
Yeah, we kind of saw that and come in the front door, but we'll go back and take a detailed look at it.
I didn't have it loaded up yet. I'm still doing all that. This computer? I'll use video. I won't talk.
That's all right. Oh, bridge. Does that probably reminds Wilmer of something? He keeps getting on to me about building my bridge.
This is the quarry job. There's a local that runs in and out of here. It's a separate job, usually for one operator. They'll work the quarry.
Oh, here we got a passenger train coming around.
Sure
Is
enough.
it? I stopped the wrong train in motion. I thought I was doing the track train.
We got a bell running.
Good cheer on the back end. That's a good car. Colonel Ford ice and everything.
How about that?
These are accurately named cars, by the way.
was only used as an officer special.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, an officer, director's special. Yeah. Meanwhile, we're still climbing
quarry.
up here. Pretty severe climb. This is the steepest part of the grade through here. You got to have enough power to get up this hill too.
See, I'm not the only one that is a glutton for punishment and strings their power poles. Oh, here we go. We're going to step up.
Coming into Stillwell, this is Stillwell siding in the town of Stillwell, named for Arthur Stillwell, the starter of the KCS. He was the founding father of the KCS Railroad. Again,
Who incidentally, Port Arthur is also named after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Again, his father built the depot here, scratch built. Turned out real nice. Come around the corner to Westville. There's a Westville turn. He actually comes up here and makes the turn and then goes back to Salisaw. Is where he turns right here.
Okay.
Westville Dodger. Yep.
And above each town, there's a track diagram with the town's name on it as well.
Yep.
Which is a great idea for operators.
Oh yeah. You can see the spot locations and everything also.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the track cleaning train.
Yeah.
Always got to have a maintenance train. Little foreign power on it.
Steve has heavily automated his staging area. This particular group of locomotives just came up from staging, and it's all heavily computerized how it operates. We're at the town of Watts pretty much. Right here in the back you'll see that's where you pick up your train to start your downhill journey to Heavener from Watts. This whole area is ultimately going to shift and turn 90 degrees behind you, and we'll start going into the new room right straight ahead.
And we'll go and look at the new room behind that wall in just a moment. This is where it turns now and goes down to Watts, but what's going to happen is this track's going to go off to the left into that wall. This is the new construction. Oh, and there's the plan. This is the way to do a plan. Like that. That's even better than seeing it on a computer. Paul's got it upside down though.
Yeah,
but that's okay.
We'll turn it. There's Stillwell. Here's the town of Stillwell.
And here's where the wall. Here's where that wall is, and so now it's going to come around that way. Nice. All right. So this is the new room. So it's going to start down over here. Correct?
Yep.
From the old layout, there's the wall, so it's going to come through here. This is the elevation it's going to come in at,
Yep.
I take it, and then
I actually think it'll still be up against that wall because it's going to be over. It will actually be over. Here's a bigger drawing. So we're at Stillwell and we come in and go around up against this wall and we come through Westville feeder and then over to Watts on this far back wall.
okay.
That hasn't quite been put in yet. And then it'll double around, still on the upper level, go through Salem Springs and all the other towns.
Yeah, so that's
Entry.
the third sub that Steve has, and this is the second sub, right?
Correct. We're going towards Pittsburgh, Kansas is where we're trying to get to. And
Yeah, so you can see here, so this is the town that he's gonna hit: Westville, Feeder, Watts, Salem Springs, Arkansas, and then around to Gentry, Anderson.
Decatur's where the caboose, there's a caboose and F unit there at
Yeah,
Decatur.
one of my other videos I had.
Yep. Anderson, you come down to McElhaney. McElhaney is where it'll come down underneath everything and start, let's see, where does it come out at? It is, well, we've
This
got
must
Anderson
be-
here. So yeah, it comes around. This is where it goes under one of the decks that we just went over.
Right.
It comes around through McElhaney and then around in Neosho. Neosho's a pretty big facility, as you can see. Then comes around to Dalby and Joplin. People may know Joplin, and he's going to have 2 walls just for Joplin.
And then of course all the way, and then there's Pittsburgh,
Yep.
and that was a fairly good sized yard there as well.
Yep. It was their main shops. The KCS had their main shops there until they merged with the LNA, and after they merged with the LNA in 1953, they moved everything to Doremus Yard for main shops.
In Shreveport.
Yeah,
If
Steve-
you don't know, if you haven't heard me speak of it 1,000 times. Yeah, all their steam stuff was in Pittsburgh, right?
Right. You had steam in Pittsburgh and Minden, Louisiana were the big shops for that. Harriet Street Yard had a small steam facility for light repairs, but Pittsburgh was the heavy repair, and so was Minden, Louisiana for heavy steam repair.
On the LNA probably.
On the
right?
LNA for
Right.
Minden, yes.
Right.
And then in 53, after they had merged and Doremus Yard was built and all the steam was gone, all diesel repair was consolidated in Doremus Yard there in Shreveport. But this will come down this wall, if I'm not mistaken. It might be this wall.
Yeah, and I think,
and
yeah,
then come along this back wall.
just amazing.
And there'll be stuff underneath here also.
So you can see how it's being built up, the upper level. He's, in fact, Steve's doing most of the carpentry work all himself, so.
Him, and he's got a partner that's been helping him a lot.
Yeah. Just amazing.
Now, I'm not sure, I think it's 40, I think it's 40 by 60, I think, this
Yeah,
building.
something. And his other building's 30 by 53, or at least the layout room is 30 by
Right.
53.
Right.
So that's excluding the crew lounge and the dispatch office
Yeah.
and the facilities.
Yes.
And so he's gonna have a massive layout. If my layout had grown to this size, I would have a bed out here because my wife would not let me back in the house. All right, so here's my job today. I am the Sallisaw Yard master. So I just finished building this train, and as soon as I got another train coming in, I can break it down into the proper tracks. And there's my helper running the local. All right, great layout to operate on, a lot of fun. So the end of the day, we got cars over there on the interchange for the mop. We got the local consist put back to bed. And we're just finishing up, making sure everything's on the right track in the yards. And that's it. A great day of operating here. We've been here almost 4 hours operating, so it's been fun. It really has. Enjoyable time. Looking forward to coming back at some point. The last view of Sallisaw Yard.